Okay, that we got some cross wires, and I was just checking to see if StreamYard was going to be up. We got some very bad storms. We're in Ohio tonight, but it's Eastern time up here, and we always usually have our channel on Central time, 7 Central. So I saw everybody here, so I decided, heck, I'll just come on. But the weather is just so bad. We hope we can get through this thing, and without losing y'all. Uh, is anybody still with me here? Maybe y'all were just a few minutes ago. You were checking if we were going to still be here. Um, but anyway, we're so glad you are here. Uh, hello, Domingo Garcia. Hello, I hope you're doing good tonight. Anne Maria, I'm glad to see you also. We are Miss Miss BB, is it Dana? Yes. Beach Farm, glad you're over here too. We are right outside of Dayton, Ohio, and it's been storming all day long. Dana's not. Well, it's been raining. It stormed this morning. It's raining, and we were just out with the dogs, and the clouds just look like it's gonna pour down any minute. But the weather's crazy. It's kind of,
If we get cut off, we'll come back.
yeah. If we get cut off before, then we'll try to come back tomorrow. But uh, we've been in a campground up here near Dayton, Ohio. We went and saw the air museum, the big air museum. It was incredible. Only thing is, I got soaked. I was absolutely soaking wet from. It was very warm in there, and even being inside. Um, but I hope you go over. I'll go over and check out our other channel. The 1 million mile road trip, and if somebody can share that link, we just put out a video yesterday. Um, it's called "Let's Talk Dirty," and you'll have to go over and look at it. It's got an incredible song that it is a copyright free song that I picked up on the sound. One of the things that we pay for the music for a year, 100 something bucks to use the music. Yeah, the Air Museum actually had, and while I'm waiting on Dina, I'll tell you, the Air Museum actually had 3 or 4 presidents' planes in there, and they actually had Air Force One of the Kennedys in there. Of course, the one that carried also carried his casket also. But of course, the thing is that Dina went in one of them, and she's got a problem with claustrophobia, especially in the last few years. And the way they do these airplanes is they basically put glass walls or plastic glass walls down the center of the aisle, and they let you look at the cockpit area, look at where the navigator and everybody stays, and then they let you walk down this glass aisle, and you see like where the press stayed, his room, the kitchen and bathrooms. They don't have the intelligence area, but they're so thin. I had to walk sideways. Of course, I'm a little bit overweight. Dina had to walk sideways on some of them. I even had kids behind me saying, "This is so thin. I'm having to walk sideways," because it was very thin, and it kind of freaked Dina out on the first one. So she said, "No." After the Kennedy's plane, she said, "No, you can do it for now." So I did all 4 or 5 planes, but one of them was so thin. Honestly, I thought I was going to get stuck in there. It was.
You
It,
didn't tell me that.
it was. I told you. When I came out, I said you could not handle that
You
one.
said I couldn't handle it. You didn't tell me you got stuck.
Well, it was very thin, and it was crooked too. Though it went out, then back and in. I mean, it kind of freaked me out, and I'm not claustrophobic, but
You want out, I know.
it was weird. Um, but it was very good. Other than Dana took some pictures of me, and that video will be out in a couple of weeks, and or maybe I don't know when it'll be out because I'm still editing it. But Dina was saying she couldn't believe how wet I was, soaking wet. My hair was wet, my back was soaked, and I mean it was hot. But we walked about 3 or 4 miles inside. It's 4 huge buildings there. I mean, absolutely huge, and you walk all the way through it. If you had a mobility problem, you could they have the wheelchairs and the little power chairs you can do, but I didn't need that. I My back was feeling better. It was actually it was just hot, very very hot for me. I was embarrassed because then when we left there, we had to go to the dollar store and buy me a shirt so we could go eat. That was how wet I was. It was crazy. Um, Tonight, well, first off, I want to touch on our poll on our community channel. Uh, we have about 40% of people said we need to stay with Summer Wells and Morphew and only the well-known people that we don't need to talk about. Nobody else. 40% said that. About 60% or about 58% or 57% said no, go on like you're doing. We had some very good other than having we had some very good comments about things that we need to do, and we are taking them to heart. And we had about 3% of the people, 2 or 3% of the people said channel's dead, bud, give it up. So, but you're gonna have haters. I don't care what you do, you're gonna have haters. So we are gonna let that poll continue to run for another month and see what you think. Comment if you got a comment about it. But it's just because our viewership on our individual live stream has went down by 90%. We used to get about 1,000 people would watch our videos on our live streams. We wouldn't have 1,000 at a time on our live streams, but we would have over Maggie. We would have over the continuously about 1,000, sometimes 2 or 3,000, and we're down around 150 now. So you can see that it's almost off. It's about off about almost 80 to 90%. So I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I know it was because I was sorry about that. It buffs a little bit because of this storm outside. Um, well, Gail Kelly, I appreciate that. Uh, I do appreciate that. But I know I could go 2 nights a week right now, but street buffing. I hate this buffing, but it's just because we got lightning around us and stuff, and it's going to start really raining. So if we lose you, like I said, we'll come back tomorrow. Um, it's I'm using tags, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what it is. It's I don't really don't know what it is, but if I just don't have the time to do it 2 nights a week right now. May end up doing it to save the channel, but I just don't want to do it right now.
Hey guys.
Hey, there's the smiling I was in the pigeons.
Oh, you
I
better
know.
not. I
I
will hit you on camera.
I know it.
He knows better.
I was going to say my old lady just for the heck of it, because I know she doesn't like that.
I'm not his old lady. I may look like an old lady, but I'm not his old lady.
But anyway, that's where we are on that. I'll keep you advised, let you know.
By the way, your percentages were off.
What?
Because 3% plus 57 plus 48 makes
Well,
108%.
okay. All right. Let me show you then. I'll just copy it. How about that?
There it is.
Hold on one
38.
second.
Not
Okay.
38.
Well, 60, 38, and 2% channel's dead. Let me show y'all, and that way we'll keep everything honest. Okay. If I can download this. Uh,
TS with me on the old lady thing. Women are. I used to have men come into our store.
I was just kidding anyway.
I used to have men come into our store that had never been in there before, didn't know me from Adam's house cat, and they would say, "Well, I got to talk to my old lady about that," and I would immediately correct them, and I say, "You ain't got no old lady. You either have a bride at home or a girlfriend, but she ain't your old lady."
This is the poll as it runs right now. Should the channel focus on one well-known missing person at a time? Example, Summer Wells. Yes, 38%. No, 60%. Your channel's dead, 2%. And I know for a fact that I'm not worried about the 2%. You're going to have haters all the time. But it depends. If you were talking 2% of a million people, that'd be a lot of people. We don't have a million people, so I'm not worried about it. All right, let's talk about a couple missing people, and then I am going to talk about the one that I want to focus on tonight. The first one is missing. It's a gentleman. That's his face here. He's missing out of Asheville, North Carolina. Sean Paul Reed. He's 49 years old. Last seen on August the 1st of this year wearing Hands of Sean Perry Inc. t-shirt. I don't know what that is. But anyway, they have a contact number for him right there. And this is a couple of more of his pictures here. And they don't really say much about him at all. This is the car he's driving. It is still missing also. It didn't give a tag number that I could see. It's more like a little, I think it's a Chevy, like Chevy, smaller Chevy. It's a small car anyway. Let's see. Public to be on the lookout for a missing man. 49-year-old Sean Paul Reed reported missing August the 1st. His last seen in his residence that morning wearing this Hands of Sean Perry Inc. t-shirt, driving a silver, okay, here it is, silver colored 2007 Honda Fit with a North Carolina tag of Hotel Alpha Kilo 6955. That's HAK 69. They're not really saying, other than he was last seen at his residence, and they're not getting into much about it. Basically, the family is concerned for his welfare. If anyone has information of his whereabouts, please contact Asheville Police Department with an anonymous tip using the Tip to APD smartphone application. That's Asheville PD, and it gives the numbers there. And that reminds me of the case I worked, the big missing persons who work. I was thinking back on that today, and I was reading some things on these missing people. We never put out anything more than what we call a bolo, or be on the lookout, and we sent it out over the crime computer to all of the police departments in the Southeast, and that covered like Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, uh, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky. And it turns up our next stop, we found a report of him in Louisiana. So we concentrated only on Louisiana, but we didn't put it out on TV or anything because it may have been like this guy that it was at the time we didn't think it was any foul play or it wasn't a child. They're not going to do that unless it's more than that. This is another one here. It is a 14-year-old Miami-Dade girl still missing for days. Have you seen her? and she's a real
That
pretty
was me.
girl. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll have to get it in a second. Um, she's a pretty little girl, 14-year-old uh, Carmela Perez. Uh,
Camilla.
okay, well, I can't read it because
Camilla.
it's so small.
Okay. Camilla
All
Perez
right.
left her home in the 30,000 block of Southwest 159th Avenue. She has not been seen since. They say Camilla stands 5'3" and weighs about 130 pounds. She's wearing a black top with glitter and blue jeans. She has brown hair and blue eyes.
At 14 years old is right in that
Yeah.
area of the ones that are trafficked and or maybe been influenced by some guy that has told her how pretty she is and how that he loves her and he, something like that. Okay, accept it and put it in photos right now. Um, it says here,
Thank you.
let's see, I'm trying to get this to open up. Uh, they show a map here. Uh, Anyone that knows her whereabouts over the past few days should call Miami-Dade Police Special Victims Bureau Missing Persons Squad. So right now, I don't think they're thinking it is a abduction or traffic. They're just looking at it possibly as a runaway. But as you know, the longer she is out there and missing, the more chances that she could be trafficked. Uh, Trafficked anyway. All right, I want to concentrate tonight on this girl, and I've got as much information as I could find on it. Um, this is a kind of interesting case. It's a missing Florida mom. Erica Johnson disappeared after boarding a Cape Coral Greyhound bus bound for Tampa, Florida, police say. Now, the thing is, you'll see a bus here, and it's not a Greyhound, what you would think would be a Greyhound, but what it is, it's one of the buses that run in the interior of Florida where they just go straight. They don't make a whole bunch of Greyhound. If you take a Greyhound from here to Tampa or from Ohio to Tampa, you may stop 30 times on the way because they'll pick up people along the way. That's how they make their money. But this bus goes straight. It doesn't stop and pick up. Also, this girl is traveling with a pet rabbit, so they think that maybe she had a phone call or somebody has coerced her to go. But the family is very worried about her. Uh, and this is the one of the photos, and we should have more close up photo. You can see she had some type of cage with her. Said police in Florida are looking for a young mom who has disappeared after she left her last seen getting off a bus during the early morning hours in Cape Coral earlier this month. Erica Johnson, 36, was photographed at a Southeast 47th Terrace bus stop in Cape Coral. Now I thought it was maybe it's Tampa to Cape Coral. I'll figure this out in a minute. You'll see. Uh, just before 5:30 a.m. On July the 8th, wearing jeans, sneakers, baseball cap, and a sweatshirt tied around her waist. The same morning, she boarded a nonstop Greyhound from Fort Myers bound for Tampa. Okay, that's fine. But apparently, she got on this other bus, uh, and I'll show you in a few minutes, carrying a travel pillar, her bag, and her bunny. The Cape Coral Police Department said earlier this week. July the 8th was the last time anybody had seen or heard from her. She's a pretty woman, but we just don't know what all the circumstances are about this girl. Let me get over here to what I was. Whoops, that ain't what I was doing. This is the actual. Let me see. Uh, Said Johnson's family reported her missing on July the 14th. Police said investigators obtained information that caused them to upgrade her case from missing to and upgraded from missing and an endangered adult. According to Wink News, and I have a short little video I'm going to show you, Johnson has been exhibited warning signs that something unusual was happening this week, and preceded her disappearance. And that's a picture for
She had her
one
pet bunny
example.
with her.
Yeah, in one example, the news outlet reported that she had canceled plans with her ex-husband to see their children, saying she needed to work. Now, I guess she didn't have custody of her children. So, we don't know what the reason are that a lot of women don't have custody for whatever reason. Let me play this video here for you. I got a lot of information on this case. But hold on.
Tonight from your Cape Coral news team, police need your help to find this woman. Erica Johnson was last seen 11 days ago. Today, Cape Coral police said she could be in danger. NBC2's Alicia Alonso found where Johnson was last seen and why she might look different than she does in this photo.
Time is very important, but in order for us to appropriately handle these type of investigations, we have to, get our ducks in a row and make sure that we're hitting each of these points.
Erica Johnson's family filed a missing persons report on July 14 after she missed a work shift. Last seen walking near Coronado and Cape Coral Parkways.
We don't really have a way of being able to locate her. She does not have any social media. She also doesn't have any bank account. That's one thing that we could use in order to track purchases, stuff like that.
Johnson is described with shorter, blonder hair than what's seen in this photo. Police say she doesn't drive or own a car, but rides on public bus routes often.
In 11 days, you could have traveled out of state on bus. You could be anywhere in the United States at this point, or even out of the country.
Anyone with information on Johnson's whereabouts is asked to call Cape Police. Reporting in Cape Coral, Alicia Alonso, NBC2.
That's just a very, very strange way. I mean, the girl is a very pretty girl, and we don't know. She could have had a mental breakdown. It basically says that investigators reportedly went to her home and discovered her belongings still there, but she and her pet bunny were gone. The update here on 7/28. Let me go up under that first, 7/26. Update. Additional photos included Johnson family coworker has stated that her hair is brown with blonde highlights. The updated photo also shows a small freckle on her lower. I probably didn't get that, or lower something side. It says here update on 7/28/2022. Miss Johnson boarded a Greyhound bus in Fort Myers on the morning of July 8th, 2022, which departed Tampa. She was carrying bags, a travel pillow, and her bunny. According to Greyhound, the bus trip was nonstop to Tampa. So, and I got some closer shots. And you remember this time, I guess they had a mask order down there. And, even though masks are good and a lot of people will use them to keep from getting sick, but they also can really disguise you big time. And a lot of banks, they won't even allow you to go in with a mask. At least you have to take the mask off for a few minutes and then you can put it on.
Really?
Yeah, because the camera wants to get a shot of your face in case you try to rob them. And just think, if you go into a bank with and they've been several robberies since
I
this
know, but
thing where they using this mask and they sunglasses, you can't tell a guy's face.
well, I was at the bank cashing a check, and the lady next to me did not pull her mask down.
Well, a lot of banks, maybe they knew her, I don't know what,
Yeah.
but a lot of banks will ask you, can you take your mask off for about 30 seconds or 25 seconds, because they want to get that face recognition.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, this is a full picture of her. and that shows a little bit of what we're going to show.
Back up.
Don't let him out.
Honey, he wants that.
Don't let him out. It's going to rain.
He'll come back.
All right.
He will come back. He always comes back.
Our cat's been out all day. He wants out again.
He wants to go.
Police said Johnson has brown hair with blonde highlights, small freckle on the lower lower side of her face. Sorry. She is 5'8" tall, 130 pounds, has green eyes. Asking anybody that have seen her to call the Cape Coral Police Department. And I have some more information on. Let's see.
So did she dye her hair after she went missing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not. That's just what I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's still no sign of 36-year-old Erica Johnson, who is reported missing from Cape Coral. Law enforcement say she hasn't been seen since July 8th. Johnson's mother said that Erica is loved and missed by her family and friends who are devastated by her disappearance. Johnson was last seen right here at the bus station on Southeast 47th Terrace with a suitcase. I'm gonna tell you something. Her taking her bunny, that may be her only thing in life that she feels very close to, and not having a bank account. That's not really unusual these days. Our son doesn't have a bank. Said no one has heard from her since, but they're warning sign something was wrong in her life. Johnson was last seen in the area of Coronado Parkway and Cape Coral Parkway East. They tell her she's 5'8", 130 pounds, green eyes, and blonde or light brown hair.
But her
with
eyes
blonde.
look brown there. She may be
Not-
wearing colored contacts.
On the right, they do,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah. It may just be the picture, though,
Yeah, it could be, but it may be that she's.
But obviously, she was going somewhere to stay, and she may have met somebody. You may have met somebody in her store or online, because she doesn't have an online presence. So, we know some people, like a lot of people in her family, don't have online presence. Maybe she met somebody that came into the store. See what else here.
Cape Coral Police want you to take a look at the woman in the photo above. Detectives hope that someone might know where she is. Cape Police say the first warning sign occurred in June when Johnson's ex-husband said she missed an appointment to see their kids. She sent a text saying she had to work, but missing a chance to see her kids was very unusual. Wink News safety and security specialist Rick Coloco said that this is a red flag. This means she's been going through some kind of stress moment elevates the concern for law enforcement and her family members, and possibly why they say she may be in some harm's way. Fast forward to July on the 5th, police say Johnson went to work as normal, but she didn't feel well. At 30, she got a ride from a coworker to the bus stop at Bell Towers, Fort Myers.
It does seem very strange that she didn't want to see her kids, but one thing, I don't know if she could have said she's sick or something. This is the bus's
So
picture.
why did she, was the bus going to take her home, or?
Well, the bus, when her friend dropped her off, the bus was going to take her home.
Okay. Well, why didn't her friend just take her home?
I don't know, because it's a big area. Savannah's cameras pick her up at 5:37 at Cape Coral's station, and then again on July 8th at 5:21 the morning with her suitcase. So you see her there. She looked like she has a backpack, and she may have, I guess, for that day, she may have been checking the times or whatever. And then the second one down there, you can see her with her suitcase.
Now, how do they know for sure that's her?
Well, I don't know. Apparently they know. That's what I'm saying. She's got a cap and everything.
Weird.
The bottom one, she is loading her suitcase, and her she's got a a cage of some sort, I guess, for rabbits. And you can see that door of that bus is huge. I didn't know they could put. I would thought they'd put that underneath, but they don't do it. I guess they let them
She
carry it
doesn't. That
inside
doesn't look
there.
like the same woman there. I mean,
For some reason, they
they must
know
know. I
they
mean,
know more than us.
I reckon they do.
Let's see here.
They know.
And they ask again here too, if you know the woman uses this bus stop. Said they know this woman uses a bus stop. She used it for at least those 2 days. Where did the bus go? Did somebody see her get off the bus? Did somebody see her meet somebody when she got off the bus? You know, this investigator for this area is asking. 6 days later, the police call out 621 Cape Coral Parkway East after a member of Johnson's family reported him missing. The report says Johnson was renting a room inside. So obviously she might have been dealing with some mental problems or whatever, I don't know. 6 days later, let's see, police went inside and found all her belongings except missing her pet rabbit. Investigators were told someone saw Johnson go into the building a week before with a black suitcase. Johnson's mother said this in a statement to Wink News. I would like to thank the people of Cape Coral and Fort Myers for their kindness and support in helping to locate Erica and the helping to locate Erica and the Cape Coral Police Department efforts over the past few weeks. Erica loved and served by her family and friends who have devastated by her disappearance. Sounds like the first thing though, she's thinking because they've located her.
It
Says
does
help to
sound like.
locate. We remain hopeful that she will be found safe very soon. If you have seen her, any information, again, to call the Cape Coral Police Department. At least her mother is being active in this, Um, says, and then basically that thing says there. And hey JB, this is the thing out of Tampa. He was very active. This reporter is very active in the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case. He was very active, and he has kind of picked up on this. So I'm really hoping that he'll stay with us because he's got a huge following down there, and maybe they'll be able to find her. Florida mother missing after boarding a bus to Tampa. Investigators asking the public to help locate Erica Ann Johnson, 36, and mother who has been last seen taking a nonstop bus from Cape Coral to Tampa. And if you never have followed him, I would suggest you kind of go over and like their page, their news page. It's number 8 News WFLA in Tampa, and you can follow him individually. And when he goes live, you just punch in hashtag Hey JB, and you can ask questions. I've done that when Brian Laundrie. Was kind of weird too. She had her pillow with her, her travel pillow. So I guess she wanted to relax or maybe
I
something.
carry my pillow everywhere I go.
Well, I know you carry your pillows, plural, but it's not the same
Why?
because you're not getting on a bus.
I would carry my pillow on a bus.
Okay. Well,
I'll carry my pillow
this
on a
is the
plane.
actual poster. Okay, or we're not doing a Dr. Zeus here. I would carry my pillow on a plane.
Stop.
I would carry my pillow in the rain.
Stop.
All that
I would
kind of
carry
stuff.
when I go to South Korea. I'm carrying my pillow on the plane.
And you'll carry your pillow in the rain.
Oh, man, he gonna write you a book.
On Tuesday, July the 14th, 2022, Erica Johnson reported missing by her family. Based on new information, I can't.
Ascertained
Okay.
during the investigation, Johnson's status has been upgraded to
What
a
is the reason?
missing and endangered adult. Johnson has last seen in the area. This it's the same thing that we saw before.
Okay.
So
It
they've
gives a
heard
little
it,
bit
yeah.
more bottom. It's just a poster. There
What
we are.
rhymes with
We're
Korea?
buffing.
Beach Bum the TS wants to know what rhymes with Korea. Oh Lord, don't even
Korea.
get us Korea.
Oh, have you ever heard of somebody having rhino rear?
President Biden.
Yeah, he had rhino rear. You know what that is? That's a medical term for runny nose. They have to throw that out there. So next time I'm down in Alabama and she asks how I'm doing, I say, well, I've had a little rhino rear. I'm going to throw that out there and see what she does. And this is a bigger picture of that bus, some of the things you saw at the bus stop. For whatever reason, they know this is her. Maybe the clothes she had on, what she's wearing.
It has to be because you can't tell by her face or her hair. She's got a hat on.
Well, she got a mask on too. So maybe they got the camera inside where she took it off. I don't know. And this is the picture where she got on the bus.
She doesn't have a mask on there.
Yeah, she doesn't have a mask on there. That I can. Well, she could have,
She's
but
got the black hat, but not.
she does,
I don't
and
think the
she's
mask
got
is on.
like I think it's like a gray T-shirt, but she is carrying she's got a little bag the rabbit may be in on top of her suitcase. You know how sometimes you carry that on top of the suitcase, but she is carrying. They said she's carrying her rabbit.
She likes baseball caps.
Well, they do hide the.
The gray.
Well, also baseball caps looks good on females a lot. I like you in a baseball cap.
You like me in anything.
That's true. And this is a picture of her with her straight blonde hair, and she has some type of jewelry necklace around her neck too.
She looks very happy and very pretty there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Well, that was my thing, but that's that. I wanted. Let me get this picture Dina shared with me.
Yeah, I wanted
Here.
to tell y'all about this young lady.
And
this heroic young lady. I am Maggie. Maggie, no ma'am. Maggie, sit. It's a golf cart. You can't go get on it.
This is what you sent me.
Yes, that's him.
Okay, I got to go over to the other page and download it.
Okay.
Y'all hang with me here just a minute.
So while he's getting there, I'm sure some of you have heard about the little girl, the 12-year-old from.
First, tell them about the truck while I'm doing this.
What truck?
The truck that they were looking for on the interstate.
Oh, yeah. Fox News reported today there was a white 18-wheeler with a bloody woman screaming for help in the 18-wheeler. And
the truck, it just looked like a Peterbilt, a fairly new type of Freightliner, big white, just like you see on the highway, pulling the tractor. It was just a big white with a big white sleeper.
Okay, now you go over and answer questions if they come up.
Okay, this is right here. Let me show this guy's face first.
He looks evil.
Right here.
Okay. This 12-year-old girl was found walking alone on the Alabama roadway, sparked a kidnapping investigation that also led authorities to 2 decomposing bodies. The investigation began around 8:30 a.m. Monday when a passerby spotted the girl walking in the area of County Road 34 in Dadeville, said Tallapoosa County Sheriff Jimmy Abbott. The motorist picked up the child and immediately called 911. Abbott said a team of state and local and federal investigators worked over 24 hours to arrest the suspect, identified as Jose Paulino Reyes. The 37-year-old man is charged with first-degree kidnapping in connection with the young lady, 3 counts of capital murder, 2 counts of abuse of a corpse in connection with the bodies that were in the Tallapoosa jail pending a bond hearing. Investigators searched Rhea's residence, which was near where the girl was found, and discovered 2 decomposing bodies. The remains have been sent to the Alabama Department of Forensics for identification. Abbott said he could not disclose any additional information. It's a fluid investigation, and there are things that are changing, and he doesn't want to jeopardize. The girl was reportedly drugged at some point during her captivity, but managed to escape. They said she the rope she was tied with.
And there's no doubt that he would have killed her.
Yeah,
if she hadn't have done that. No doubt, because he had killed a bunch of folks.
it would. I would say she's a hero. One of those things we don't get into a lot late. One of those things we'll get into a lot later. We gave her medical attention. She is safe now. And,
Would you say that again?
oh, hush, Siri. And we want to keep her that way. The sheriff.
Hold on a second, guys. I ain't gonna throw that up there.
The sheriff investigators have worked tirelessly over the past 24 hours. I bet they have. It tells all who assisted in this.
Sure, Leah had a lot to do with
Yeah.
it. Leah is the law
counts-
enforcement.
Multiple
thing.
counts of bodies found in his home. It was a horrendous crime scene. There are other people at the residence when law enforcement arrived, but the sheriff could not elaborate. So there was more than just them there. But she chewed through the hold on a minute. I want to read it because it's just, let's see.
I don't know why we're buffing. I mean, I know why we're buffing the rain. It's raining like crazy up here now. Hold on just a minute. I accidentally touched this. Hey,
Bob G.
But
to me, it's unbelievable what happened to this girl. The bodies that they found at one of the articles I read that's believed to be her brother and her mother. He killed them and then chopped them into pieces. So he is a sicko. She was, I think I heard on one of the news things, the guy was her mother's boyfriend.
Well, you know, if he makes you think, he reminds me of a guy they arrested a guy or 2 guys up in Madison County. They were involved in a drug smuggling ring, and they the guys had killed a little 14-year-old girl and her grandmother, and one of them they decapitated them.
Yeah.
This was 70 years ago.
This when we lived
Madison County.
That's when we lived in
Up there in
Marshall
Boaz,
County. Yeah. Hey, Jukes.
I know a guy I know a lawyer that represents those guys.
But anyway, this young lady was able okay, so she was she was in a trailer from what I saw. So I assume that her mom and her brother and her lived in the trailer. And I guess he tied her there. I don't know. We'll find out all the details. But she was able to get away. I don't think if I was a 12-year-old, I'd been walking on the road for fear he might find me. But, you know, she did good
about those things.
She did good in getting away. And thankfully that there was a good Samaritan that picked her up. And
also, we do want to remind y'all that we are still saying that we want to find Michael Vaughn. This is their newest poster. He's been missing now since 2021. It's been a year.
You know, my hope for him
what
is that somebody who got him wanted a child enough that they took him and that they're treating him.
Yeah, but you never
I
can
know,
tell
I
something
know.
happened. If they think they've been found out and they may be going to prison forever, they could do anything.
I know.
But somebody knows
I hope he's not
something.
being hurt.
I hope he's alive, and I hope a lot of things. But somebody knows something out there about this case, and maybe if they do get caught doing something else, somebody will flip over on them about it. But I don't know. We do still want you to email us at the missing at livestream at gmail.com and let us know what people can do to improve the channel. And what do you think about? I'm still interested to know what you think about if we'll ever find, or the law enforcement will ever find Susan Morphew or Summer Wells. Also, I have my own theories about Summer Wells, and I even think Don kind of opened up even some questions. I'm sure law enforcement are looking at it differently. And we all know that the snow's in Colorado, and they got fires out there and everything else. So and the DA in Salida, Colorado area has said that they have a area that they believe where Suzanne's body may be. So we're hoping, and they said they were waiting for the snow to melt before they pursue that. So I'm hoping that that's just not cheap talk to keep everybody settled down. We are definitely going to stay around this, but it's hardly something that I can do from, personally go out there and do, because I have no idea where they think the body is. I know that a bunch of the other guys, I know AK for a while was out there. At least somebody told me it was. And so maybe something to come out of that. I really believe that it will, although everything's been kind of silent, I don't know. So anybody else got anything? Because this weather outside here, I'm afraid I'm going to lose y'all pretty much. We would really appreciate our bucking again. Yeah, there it went again. I don't know why it's so dry. What the heck? Our YouTube channel at the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and join us on our journey there. We are on there 2 days a week, and we even do live streams on Wednesday night occasionally if we have great internet. And Starlink has been great, but it's just like Elon Musk said the other night. He said you're going to be buffing and have problems in areas where there's a lot of Starlink and operators. And even in the last campground, we had several people that had Starlinks. Our next door neighbor had a Starlink in one of the campgrounds. So, he said it's going to all be taken care of because I'm putting up thousands of satellites in the lower orbit monthly. So, I got a feeling that it's fixing to really storm because Maggie's telling me to move my
Okay, wait a minute. Let me
iPad out of the way.
Tell them about the ladder.
One thing, it's really strange. All right, back. Put lavender oil and you rub it in
On her ear,
on her earlobes, just her ears right in here, and then right up under here, her chin. That actually
it has worked to
calms her quite a bit in storms. I mean, big time calms her down. But if you can hear it every once in a while, it sounds like we got a rocket in the roof. We are parked almost directly under a walnut tree, so it's been hitting the roof. We're gonna have to go up probably tomorrow, make sure it didn't hurt our solar panel.
Who's gonna have to go up?
One of us are. May not be me. You climb better than me on there.
I dropped my lid.
So anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you to go over to our other channel and subscribe. And as far as this channel goes, share it. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will subscribe. Send us an email, comment on our community page. Let us know if you haven't voted in the poll on the community page. I hope you will go over and vote on that. It gives me insight, and also put a comment down there on what you think. Send me an email. Tell me what you think, how we can make the channel better. And because I always want to do this, but it's very discouraging. I'll tell you, I'm a human being, and it's very discouraging when I see that our numbers, our viewers have dropped so much. So you got to wonder. I don't have anybody to blame but myself. So that's where I'm at.
Hey,
So anyway.
Amber says, have you happened to check out Chaos Divers? They are like Adventures with a Purpose. They work more recent cases. That is awesome.
No, I haven't.
Think that is so good because
Yeah.
they have brought closure to so many families.
I haven't checked out them. I just Adventures with Purpose. I have, but I will. So anyway, before this really rolls in here and we start buffing like
Beach Bum, it is just
2 minutes.
lavender oil.
For sure. And
yeah, TS, we need to pray that woman is found because she was screaming and bloody. But the thing is, how many times do people see something that they're afraid to get involved in? If I saw a truck with a woman screaming, she was bloody and screaming, I'd follow that truck until the cops got there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just meaner than most people.
We don't know how far she went. You know what I mean? All right. Well, it's been an hour here. We do appreciate you coming by, and we hope that you will visit.
Maddie, thanks for listening.
Yes, thank y'all for listening. And
what is that?
I don't know. My cat's I hear my cat screaming out there. What is that?
I don't know. Sounds like there's gonna be a cat fight. Oh, there he is.
What?
Come on, Maggie. Come here, Moses. He's fighting a black cat. Come here.
He's fighting a cat?
Put my hand up to the cat. His little kitten's playing with him.
Oh, Moses playing with a kitten. All right. So we love you guys, and we hope to see you next time. Please go over to the community page and tell us what you think. Y'all have a great night, and stay dry. We are going to try to stay dry for sure. We'll talk to you later.